What's up, guys? Chad here with the Reptile Rangers. Now, we're at the Kernersville Reptile Zoo and Medical Center again today, and this is going to be Garbage Reptile Products Episode 2. All right? It's going to be quite a few episodes coming up of just talking about trashy little products, waste of money products that you just do not need to waste your time or money on. All right? This is episode number 2. Now, before we get into that, right here in this corner, right down there, is going to be the YouTube subscriber watermark. Make sure to hit that and subscribe to the channel. And if you have not done so, we appreciate you doing that. For those that have already subscribed, we appreciate you watching and following along week after week after week as we are trying to bring you a lot of good educational, whether medical, whether things to do, not to do, what to buy, not to buy, good educational videos for you to help you along your way with your pet. All right, now let's get right into this. Garbage Reptile Products episode number 2 is going to be definitely this. All right, number 1, we talked about the thermometers, the crappy thermometers. This right here is the heat rock. Probably should have been number 1, quite honestly, but we put it in number 2. All right, the heat rock was initially a great idea and didn't turn out to be quite so great. It was a great idea in the fact of, think about when you have your reptile sitting in sunlight, kind of like this right here. You see this lizard sitting on this rock. He's sitting in the sunlight, but he's also warming his belly because the rock has absorbed the heat from the sun and allowed him to not only be able to sit in the sunlight and heat his back up, but he's also absorbing heat from his belly from where the rock was warm, okay? Same concept applies with the concept of the heat rock. However, unfortunately, they were not made very well, and the thermostats, or the internal thermostat, tends to go bad rather quickly on those things, and what ends up happening is they continue to heat and heat and heat and heat and heat to where they get to the point of creating burns, 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree burns on the animals that are sitting on them. Now, the animals a lot of times won't move because they don't feel pain the same way you and I would. So it creates these burns, and it creates a lot of problems. So originally, great idea. The end product or the end results, a really bad idea, okay? Some things that do and have replaced the heat rock are things like this right here. These stick-on pads, they ain't a heck of a lot better, let's be honest, okay? I'm going to be real honest about that because their same concept applies. Their internal thermostats go bad, and what ends up happening is, especially from the center, a lot of times you'll see charring happening. What's happening is it's short-circuiting and it's burning. It's actually getting so hot and it's burning. It's starting to charbroil and it burns, and there's actually been cases of fire happening because of these things malfunctioning, okay? They're not a heck of a lot better. Look, when we talk about belly heat, there's very few situations when belly heat is really, really needed. A lot of the times that's going to be the case of in breeding situations. There are other things that you can do, such as like this, which would be like heat tape, heat cable, things like that. But anything, even if you're using something like this right here, you still should always have an external thermostat, okay? Something that in case this internal thermostat goes bad, you have something else that's regulating the temperature that will kick the heat source on and off and on and off. So it's always a good idea to make sure you have an additional thermostat, something like this right here, okay? Just an additional thermostat as a fail-safe for when things do go wrong. The pad or the heat tape, the cable, whatever, will not continue heating. But hands down, some of these other products that I've shown are actually quite a bit better. The heat tape does tend to work quite a bit better. The heat cable works really, really well. But understand, these animals have sunlight. They have atmospheric heat. They don't have heating pads. They don't have heating rocks. They have heated rocks, but the heated rocks have come from sunlight. So if you take and put a live or a natural rock inside of your habitat and it's underneath a basking lamp, that basking lamp is going to heat that rock up the same as that plug-in wired heat rock like this piece of crap right here that's going to end up causing you problems in the long run. All right, now this is Garbage Reptile Products number 2, the crappy old heat rock, and why not to use them, and some obvious other choices aside from that. This is Chad. We appreciate you following along week after week. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button. Make sure to hit the bell for notifications. We appreciate you following along. Make sure to write us in. People are writing us in quite often now about topics they want us to film about. We're trying to keep caught up with them as we can. And we appreciate you guys leaving the comments and putting in those suggestions and following along with us week after week after week. So this is the Kernersville Reptile Zoo. We are the Reptile Rangers. We'll either see you on the next episode or we'll see you here at the zoo. Later.